What's going on, everybody? It is Stitchy Boy here on YouTube and Stitch of Games on Instagram. Very sorry for the hiatus. As of recently, besides work and the holidays and my family, my wife, kids, and I, we've been trying to get a house and things have just been very stressful. I know I've neglected putting up a couple of videos. I didn't want to put up some of the many videos and the other content that I have before I could do the giveaway. I know I missed the giveaway, but the giveaway is here now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up real quick before we go into a slightly different video that we haven't shown to you guys yet. But anyways, pretty much in this tin, we have a bunch of names, a bunch of YouTubers that we have for the giveaway. Those of you who have liked and subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it very, very much. Like I said, with all the craziness and the holidays and whatnot, I haven't been able to produce as much, but I hope to bring more content out here, and you guys supporting me like this is helping greatly. All of the love that I get on Instagram and even on my Facebook page, absolutely enjoy you guys. So I've already pre-mixed this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to draw this real quick. We're going to figure out who the winner is. So we're just going to pull one right from the middle. And the winner of the giveaway is... Alright, JH, congratulations, man. You won the giveaway. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start wrapping everything up. Don't worry, unlike other YouTubers that are out there, we don't pay much for shipping, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover the shipping. We're going to send you the cards that you won, and some of them are going to be from the newer sets. There are also some specific cards that I was thinking that you might like, especially with your preference. But hit me up on Instagram. If not, within 24 hours, I will hit you up. All I need is an address to know where I'm sending your cards to, and you should have them roughly about by next week. Down here in Georgia, we're pretty quick with our mailing stuff. But everybody, let's go ahead and let's get into the video. Again, congratulations to JH. He is our winner for this giveaway. We'll be doing another giveaway in about a week or two. I will let you guys know in one of the upcoming videos. But in today's video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you some test hands and some combos with our Raidraptor deck. This is the Raidraptor deck profile that we have. We're going to, at the end, we're going to do the profile itself on the deck. But I really didn't want to do the profile and then try to shuffle up the deck, and it just would have been a nightmare. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do a quick shuffle. Just, you know, something basic. And I said we're gonna do turn 1. We're going to do a couple of turn 1 hands, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do turn 2. But alright, we're going to go ahead and our opponent is going to cut the deck. Alright, now we draw our 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's see, what do we got here? Wow, okay, so that's a bit of a difficult one. I think I should have shuffled better. But this isn't the worst hand in the world. But you can't exactly do anything, so turn 1, we would have been in trouble. But if we had gone turn 2, yeah, we still would have been in trouble. So let's go ahead and let's ignore this one. Let's get these into the middle of the deck. I don't know what the heck happened there. Maybe we need to do one of those magic shuffles. I thought this was going to be okay because the deck has already been mixed up before. But we're going to shuffle. We're going to go ahead and cut. And that was a very bad example. So let's go ahead and we'll go into the next. So we'll go into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So pull this up. Alrighty, you guys, this is close to full combo. It's a little bit different, so we'll have to set up our combo differently, but we do still have our triple tactics talent just in case something gets interrupted in our main phase. So first things first, obviously, Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius. This little guy is your go-to for graveyard shenanigans, given it doesn't get stopped. But again, we do still have triple tactics talent. It won't do a whole lot for us right now since we're going turn 1, but we'll go ahead and we'll give you an idea. So we're going to normal summon Mimicry Lanius. Because we have no trap cards in our graveyard, we can set Shade Brigadine, and we can special summon him out to the field as a level 4 dark monster. So we're going to go ahead and, right off the bat, we are going to overlay, and we're going to Xyz summon. In this case, you want to go straight into your Raidraptor Force Strix. Always, if you have Mimicry as a material and you have not used a Mimicry this turn, you want to make sure that you send Mimicry to the graveyard. That is a cost for the effect. Now we can go into our deck and we can pull a Raidraptor. And pull a Raidraptor monster and bring it up to our hands. So we're gonna go ahead to in our most common combos, we go ahead and we run for Singing Lanius. Singing Lanius will come to our hand. We will go ahead and special summon out Singing Lannis because of its effect. If we control an Xyz monster, he can bring himself out. Next up, as long as everything goes through, we're going to go ahead and we're going to banish Mimicry from the graveyard, and then we get to add a Raidraptor card from deck to hand. However, since we already have our Raidraptor nest, we're going to bring Pain Lanius. This will help get us another body on the board. So this here, we are going to first activate Raidraptor Nest. Raidraptor Nest, as long as we control 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, we can go ahead and bring a Raidraptor monster from deck to hand. Now we're filling our hands up for our full combo. So go ahead and we will bring Strangle Lanius to the hand. We're not going to shuffle the deck yet or have our opponent cut it because obviously we are definitely not done. Raidraptor Pain Lanius has an effect as follows. If he's in your hand, you can target one of your Raidraptor monsters that has a level. You can special summon him out to the field by taking damage equal to its attack or defense, whichever is lower. In this case, it's 100-100, so we're going to take 100 life points of damage, and Pain Lanius will adopt the level of the Raidraptor that we had targeted. So now, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and we are going to Link Summon for 2. Raidraptor Y-Strix comes out to the field. On Raidraptor Y-Strix's Link Summon, we can special summon to the field a level 4 Dark Winged Beast monster. Its effects are negated and it cannot be used as Link Summoning this turn. So, naturally, since we do have Nest in our hand, since we have Nest on the field, we want to bring Zephyros the Elite. Zephyros the Elite will come to our, Zephyros the Elite will come out to the field, my bad. All those effects are negated. When he goes to the graveyard, he becomes a new monster. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to overlay, and we're going to Xyz summon again. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go back into Force Strix. Force Strix is a soft once per turn, not a hard once per turn. So as long as you bring out another copy of him, this copy can go ahead and do the same thing that his predecessor did. So here, we're going to dump off Zephyros the Elite. Zephyros the Elite will go to the graveyard. We'll be able to add a Raidraptor monster from deck to hand. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give ourselves a follow-up just in case something happens. We're going to bring Tribute Lanius to the hand. Now, because an Xyz monster that we control activated its effect by detaching material, Y-Strix allows us to set a rank up spell card to the field. If it's a quick play, we can play it the same turn that we set it. If it is not a quick play, obviously we can still play it because it is our turn. So right off the bat, we are going to go ahead and we are going to set the rank up Magic Force. Then what we're going to do is we are going to use the effect of Zephyros the Elite from the graveyard. We will put Nest back in our hand. He will special summon himself out to the field, and we will take 400 points of damage. So since we're in the first game, we're not worried about time. So with that being said, now we are going to go ahead and we're going to activate Rank Up Magic Soul Shave Force. With Soul Shave Force, we will pay half of our life points. We can special summon out Force Strix, and we can bump him up by 2 ranks. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. Cyber Dragon Infinity gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. Once per turn, it can attach a face-up monster from the field to it as material. And as a quick effect, it is an Omni Negate, so once per turn as quick effect, we can negate a spell or trap or monster effect. So now that he's out, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to use Strangle Lanius' effect to special summon from hand. He can special summon himself as long as we have a dark monster on the field. His other effect is as follows. If I control an Xyz monster that has a dark Xyz monster as material, he can special summon a Raidraptor from the graveyard but negate its effects. So we're going to special summon out our Singing Lanius. We will go ahead and we will drop them off to bring out our Phantom Knight's Rusty Bardiche, or as people call him, the Rusty Tin Can. This will go to the graveyard, of course. Then we are going to go ahead and use his effect. On his Link Summon, we can send the Phantom Knight's monster from deck to graveyard. So we will go ahead and we will send off. I know his turn takes a little while, but we are going to go ahead and we will send off. We will send to the graveyard. We'll send Raider's Wing. So Raider's Wing, as long as it's in the graveyard or in our hand, we can attach a material from one of our Xyz monsters and special summon it out to the field. Now with that, we are going to go ahead and we are going to overlay and Xyz summon again. This time, there are 2 different cards we can run into. Our main go-to right now, because of our combo effect, will be Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. And because we had set this rank up magic force via Y-Strix's effect, we can activate it right away. By banishing one dark monster from the graveyard, we'll banish our trap card. We can go ahead and rank up Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon by 1 into our Dark Requiem. Dark Requiem, as long as he has the materials under him, he can negate and destroy. So he's got three monster negates under him. So we got the 3 negates there, plus the 1 spell / trap from Cyber Dragon Infinity. And like I said, that is one way that you can go ahead and play that turn. Now, as long as he has Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon under him as material, that's how he gets his negates. But when I do negate and destroy a monster who tries to activate his effect, I can special summon an Xyz monster from the graveyard. So that's why that's why when you get an Xyz monster in the graveyard, you wanna banish your other cards. You don't want to banish the Xyz monsters right away. But now, like I said, we still have triple tactics out, and we're in our main phase. So now we have got 4 negates. There's another play that we could have done was we could have sent Ancient Cloak to the graveyard to set a Phantom Knight's rank up card. Then we could have banished Ancient Cloak to bring another Shade Brigandine to our hand. And we could have set Shade Brigandine, and we could have had this rank up card. So we could have ranked up again on our opponent's turn into whatever else we had in the graveyard. Like here, we would have 3 monsters in the graveyard who could banish, bump him up to a 7. But you guys, that's one of our turn 1 plays. Alright, everybody, we're going to shuffle up the deck, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you another one, just to give you an idea as to the consistency of this deck, and then we'll go ahead and we will do a turn 2. So, we'll go ahead and shuffle up, we will cut the deck, and let us see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, we're going to put those back. This here, you really don't want to draw Ancient Cloak, it really sucks, but hey, you know what, there's nothing we can do. So in this aspect right here, we've got our Rocket Caliber, we've got our Tribute Lanius. Typically with something like this, you want to right off the bat normal summon Tribute Lanius, and in hopes that he does not get negated, Tribute Lanius will Foolish Burial our Mimicry to the graveyard, and then Mimicry will go ahead and attempt to banish him from the grave, and we'll bring a Raidraptor to our hand. We're going to go for the Pain Lanius. In this play, we have to go for the Pain Lanius. With that being said, Pain Lanius is going to target our Tribute Lanius, come out to the field. We're going to take 400 points of life point damage, and he will come out as a level 4. And then we can go ahead and we can play Winged Requital right off the bat. If all monsters you control are winged beast monsters, and you control at least 2 monsters with different original names, pay 600 life points and draw 2 cards. So we're going to pay 200 life points since we're not worried about time. We're going to draw 2. This is good. This is good. Dark Honest is really, really good. I don't know if you guys know, but Dark Honest is the same thing as Normal Honest, but for dark monsters. Oh, here now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to overlay, and we're going to Xyz summon. We're going to Xyz out into our Raidraptor Force Strix. We're going to go through the typical shenanigans. We're going to drop Pain Lanius in order to bring one from deck to hand. Naturally, we're going to bring our Singing Lanius right now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to speed through this a little bit. Singing Lanius will bring himself out to the field. Normally, you don't want to go into Y-Strix right away just because you won't have any materials. That's where Raider's Wing comes in. So now with Raider's Wing, we can detach 1 material to special summon him out to the field. Now we have 3 monsters out. So now we can go into our typical plays. We can link off. And we can pretty much do the same game and end on the same board, or change it up just in case we have to. But on his summoning, we're going to bring one out to the field and negate its effects. So in this case, we'll go ahead and we will bring out Zephyros the Elite for now. Now here, of course, we will overlay and we will Xyz again. And we will bring out our Raidraptor Force Strix. We're going to activate Force Strix's effect by sending Zephyros to the graveyard. Add one from deck to hand. We want to add Strangle. Then because of Y-Strix's effect, we can go ahead and we can set our Soul Shave Force out. Now you can either do Soul Shave Force, or if you know what you're going up against, you've got enough monsters here As long as you can banish 4 from the graveyard, you can bump him up and automatically turbo out into your into your satellite cannon falcon, which is typically, I said it's entirely up to you if you want to do that, or you can go ahead and you can do this play where you activate Soul Shave Force, cut your life points in half, and then of course bring back your Force Strix and bump him up into Cyber Dragon Infinity. And now, with that being said, now that you have this out on the field, we can go ahead and we can bring out Strangolanius, because we control a dark monster. So his effect, because we control an Xyz monster with dark material, we can special summon 1 from the graveyard to the field. Now we're back up in good spot. We will go ahead and we can link these 2 off, because there's a different play that we can do. We are going to go into Rusty Bardiche. Rusty Bardiche will send 1 from deck to grave, and then we get to set 1 to the field. So we're going to grab that and get that one ready. We are going to go ahead and we're going to send a Raider's Wing. That's a nice follow-up, along with our Zephyros Elite in the graveyard, in order to set that to the field. So now we're in pretty good shape, because we've got this. We can interrupt our opponent by ranking up one of our monsters. But you guys, that's one play, like I said, that you can do. Or you could have set this off of Y-Strix. You could have ranked up your Force Strix. Into an Arsenal Falcon, special summon 1 from the deck to the field in order to do some more combos. Now, with this combo here, let's just say we did that, okay? Let's say we had set this, activated it, banished 3, and bumped him up to a 7. Because we had summoned a dark monster, to the field, ignoring Cyber Dragon Infinity, we can use Rusty Bardiche's effect to pop him off, and when he gets sent to the graveyard, he will be able to special summon out our Ultimate Falcon, so we could turbo out into that. And then as we go into the end phase, our opponent has no cards on the field, we can burn them immediately for 1,000 damage. So again, there are a couple of different plays that you can do with this. There was also, now we'll go ahead and we'll go into turn 2. We'll show you guys what the deck can do in turn 2. Let's clean this mess. Alright, everybody, we'll do a turn 2 hand. Just so, let's say, with the negates, our opponent can't really do anything. Our opponent will go ahead and we'll cut the deck. Let's say they want to go first, so they will go ahead and they'll go first. So we're going to assume that we go second. We're going to pull out our 5 cards, okay? This is really, really good. Now we draw our 6th card. Absolutely amazing. So if they try to Ash Blossom us, we can go ahead and Skullmeister them. Or if they try to do something else that works in the graveyard, we're good to go. So with this hand right here, we can, right off the bat, we can normal summon, activate, double summon, and we will bring out the Rocket Caliber. So we will go ahead and we will overlay and we will Xyz summon. Now if your opponent has a full board of monsters, on turn 2, you want to go into Raider's Knight. Raider's Knight will go ahead and attempt to drop a material to rank himself up by 1. Your opponent tries to, let's say, use Ash Blossom or Effect Veiler. You can Skullmeister that and stop that from happening. Or if they have something in the graveyard, like if it's an Eldritch deck, you can stop that from working. When he goes up by 1, you want to go into Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Cannot be destroyed by card effects, and we can detach 1 material. We shut down all monster effects on the field as long as we have a Dark Xyz material. We shut down all monster effects on the field except for him, and he gains the original attack of everything that's on the field, and that is a permanent boost. And then with that one, for the rest of the turn, your opponent's effects are shut down that are on the field. Let's say he's like maybe 9,000. You could attack for damage, or you can go ahead and bring out your Strangolanius to the field, and you can go ahead and use its effect. You can bring another Strangolanius to the field, and you could actually overlay an Xyz summon for another monster. Let's say if you need a follow-up, or if they try to special summon something, you can go Evil Swarm Nightmare. Not a once per turn. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach material, flip that monster face down. Or you can go into Time Thief or Doer if your opponent has a card that, let's say it's unaffected by card effects. You can go into Time Thief or Doer, and you can you'll have him for your next turn, because as soon as you say turn done in the standby phase, he will gain the top card of your opponent's deck. But in this case, typically, you would probably want to go for either Evil Swarm Nightmare, or you could link off into your your Y Strix. But with that being said, that right there, that could be an OTK. You could have also gone ahead and you could have brought out, let's say, Force Strix, used its effect. You know, you could have activated this. You could have linked off, brought one. There are a lot of different places you can do with this one. But again, I said it depends on what your opponent has. But we did have one answer. Plus, we could have gone straight into our Arc Rebellion. We're going to do one more real quick before we go into the deck profile. And then let's shuffle up. We're going to cut. Then we're going to draw another 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see, what would have been turn 1? Turn 1, pretty much full combo. Oh, yeah, my bad. And then let's say, like, with turn 2, we would have still full combo. Absolutely no questions asked. We could have done our full combo as well with that one. But again, this one's a little bit different. You can normal summon Singing Lanius, activate Pain Lanius, take 100 damage, overlay and Xyz. You could bring out, like I said, you could turbo out into Arc Rebellion, or you could go ahead and try to do Force Strix. And you can try to build up your board if your opponent really has nothing on the field. So you'll send, and you'll add from deck to hand. You'll add the Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing will detach, special summon out. And then we still have these little guys. You can go ahead and you can special summon out your Strangolanius, and you can link off. You could bring out your Y Strix, and then come out. Like I said, it really all depends. There are many different ways that you can play this deck. It is like absolutely insane. Mimicry comes out to the field. Then you can overlay. You can Xyz summon. Then you can go ahead and you can go into either your Force Strix, and you can go ahead and continue your combos. Or you can go into Raider's Knight, rank them up into Arc Rebellion, Xyz Dragon. You can do a couple of different things. I mean, it's entirely up to you. But again, this deck is so versatile. But again, that was another full combo. Now, we'll shuffle up one more time. We're not going to do any more plays, but we'll show you guys the consistency of this deck that we've got built. We're running PK engine, and we are running the Rocket engine. Very small engines. Let's go ahead and let's say, all right, turn 1, we pull 5 cards. We've got combo right there. We got a nice little combo right there. If we were to go turn 2, absolutely perfect. Flawless. No questions asked. Shuffle up again. I tried to make this deck as consistent as possible. Let's go ahead and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just look at that. Look at that. That's another one straight in a row. Then if we go turn 2, oh my god, look at that. So you guys, this deck is very consistent. I like the way that I built it. I have 2 different side decks for the Raidraptors. One of them is pure wind winged beast, so in case we have to go into a wind lock. And then our other one is a pure Raidraptor package, where it's just 100% pure raids. Anything we do locks us into raids. But again, you know, let's just say Upstart Goblin, we get to draw 1. Or if we're going turn 2, we'll draw Strangle, Upstart Goblin, again, full combo. So you guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to clean this up, and we're going to get into the deck profile. Alrighty, everybody, now it is time for the deck profile. So first things first, we're going to do our 3 ofs. Naturally, you want to have 3 Raidraptor Strangolanius. As I stated, its first effect is as long as you control a dark monster, you can special summon out to the field. It does lock you into darks, but its second effect is if you have a if you have an Xyz monster with a dark Xyz monster as material, you can go and special summon one of your Raidraptor monsters from the graveyard to the field. Although you negate its effects, it will help you go into either a Link Summon or an Xyz. Then, of course, you must have 3 of the Vanishing Lanius. On his normal or special summon, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster from your hand to the field. The two ofs, we've got the Tribute Lanius, Foolish Burial for the deck. I've never had to resolve Tribute Lanius more than twice. I run 2 because usually I'll draw the first one, and the second one I'll be able to pull from the deck as a follow-up if I need it. Then we have 2 of the Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing, you really don't want 3 of. It can be a little bricky, especially because the only way that it can special summon itself is by detaching a material from an Xyz monster. So I run 2 of these, one from the graveyard and one from the hand, especially when you have follow-ups from the graveyard. Mimicry, I've never resolved this card more than twice. This card, the main phase that it was sent to the graveyard, you can go ahead and banish it from the graveyard, and you can add 1 Raidraptor card from deck to hand. Then we've got the one-ofs. We've got the 1 Ancient Cloak. You don't want to draw him, as you guys saw in one of the test hands. You don't want to draw him. He's really a pain in the butt, so you want to make sure he gets sent to the graveyard off of Rusty's effect. We have the 1 Dark Honest, honestly, because we only pulled 1 Dark Honest. This was a booster pack pull. But this one, it does not target and it does not destroy. So let's say your opponent tries to attack your monster, you can throw this in the graveyard and you can cut their attack to 0. And then, of course, we have the 1 Skullmeister in the main deck. We've got extras in the side deck, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Then the 1 Blackwing Zephyros Elite. I do not run Burrow. We do not run Burrow the Spear. I've seen that they were cloggy. I haven't had luck in even drawing him, and it's really hard to pull him from the deck. So we just run the 1 Zephyros Elite, especially for follow-ups in the graveyard. Then, of course, we run the 1 Pain Lanius. He's only good for targeting monsters that do not have 0 attack or 0 defense. So you cannot use him with Raider's Wing. But he, as you guys know, he special summons himself from the hand to the field and adopts the level of the monster that he summoned out. We run 1 Rocket Tracer. He, of course, will pop our Raidraptor nest if we need it to, in order to bring another rocket from the deck to go ahead and turbo into our Force Strix and get some of our shenanigans going, or bring out Y Strix. But then we run the 1 Singing Lanius. You really don't want to draw him. You want to pull him from the deck off of your Singing Lanius. If you do draw him, it's not a big deal, because chances are you're already able to Xyz summon without him, so he special summons himself to the field. We run 1 Goblinberg. If we pull him at the beginning of our turn, or if he comes in our hand, when we normal summon him to the field, he can special summon a level 4 or lower monster from the hand to the field, and then he goes to defense mode. So you can go ahead and turbo into your Force Strix and get your shenanigans going again, or again, you can go into the Y Strix. Then we have the 1 Effective Veiler in the main deck. We really don't run hand traps too much in this deck, just because we can build so many negates. And then we do have a couple of the major hand traps, which will just help you to progress and protect your monsters. Then, of course, we have the 1 of the Rocket Caliber. Rocket Caliber is one of the new Rocket cards, as you guys know. You can special summon this card from your hand to your zone a Dark Link monster points to. So he's really good for turboing out, especially if you have to sacrifice your field and bring out Rusty Bardiche. What's nice about this deck is if somebody tries to Nibiru you, everybody who's ever Nibiru'd me when we're playing, they Nibiru after I bring out Y Strix. Now, they will do it on Y Strix's summon. But on Y Strix's Link summon, even though all of your cards will go to the graveyard on that 5th summon, you can still bring Zephyros the Elite or bring a level 4 Dark Wing Beast monster from the deck to the field. That will stay on the field with Nibiru. And if you're lucky enough to have another Strangle Lanius in your hand, which you should by that point, you can special summon out, and then not only do you have a 3,700 attack Nibiru and 3,800 defense, or vice versa, depending on what gets sent to the graveyard, you can go ahead and you can Xyz summon as well. So it's a really, really nice little piece to have in the deck. And then for the spell cards, we've run 2 of the Rank Up Magic Force. That card, as you guys know, is a quick play. You can target one of your Xyz monsters on the field, and then you can banish however many cards you want in order to rank that monster up. So if you banish 4 cards, you can rank it up by 4. Then, of course, we have the 2 of the Triple Tactics Talent. When people find out we're running Raidraptors, they want to negate us as soon as possible. So it's best to run 2 of the Triple Tactics. I've seen that 3 of them were already a bit cloggy with spells, as you guys saw in the first draw hand. But I've seen that Triple Tactics Talent works really well. Then our 1-ofs. We have the 1 Soul Shade Force, cut your life points in half. Bring back your Force Strix from the graveyard to the field. Rank them up by 2 to go into your Cyber Dragon Infinity. And then we have, of course, the one Upstart Goblin. Why? Because it's in the ban list. We only main deck one Dark Ruler, no more. We really don't draw into it. We haven't... There are times where we've tried to play it and we have had some bad luck with it. But Dark Ruler No More is nice if you're going turn 2. I do have others in my side deck just in case I need them. Then, of course, the Wing Requital. If you have at least 2 Wing Beast monsters and you only have Wing Beast monsters, pay 600, draw 2 cards. 1 double summon. I tried to run 2 of them to be able to bring out the extra monsters because, of course, as you know, we don't run 100% Raidraptors. They tend to clog up the hand. And then, of course, we have the one Raidraptor's Nest, which you obviously want to pull from the deck to the field. Or if you have it, you know, usually you have Raidraptors in your hand. The one Monster Reborn because of, you know, Konami's ban list. 1 Cattle Call. Cattle Call is a quick play spell card, as you guys can see. You can tribute a Beast, Wing Beast, or Beast Warrior monster from the field. And then you special summon from your extra deck an Xyz monster who is the same type of that monster. Especially if you have rank up cards, because that's what this deck does, it ranks up. You can right off the bat go ahead and you can turbo into your Ultimate Falcon by bringing a Satellite Cannon Falcon. And then you can, like I said, you can bring out your Ultimate Falcon and turbo into that. Or you can go ahead and just bring a rank 4 out and then rank it up to whatever you want to rank up. We have the one quick launch, of course, for pulling our rockets out to the field. Or if we don't have one of our rockets in our hand to bring out, and we have our Tribute Lanius, but nothing else, we can go ahead and bring a rocket from the deck to the field. Then, of course, we have the 2 Shade Brigandine, which actually did that. Yeah, and then we have the 2 of the trap cards, the Shade Brigandine. You guys know if you don't have a trap card in your graveyard, the turn that you set it, you can activate it, special summon out. It is not considered a trap card, whether it's on the field or in the graveyard. It is considered a monster, which is really nice. Then we main deck 1 Infinite Impermanence. And we main deck 1 Dimensional Barrier because we really don't know what we're going to go into. There are a lot of Link monsters, even in the current format. But you guys, that wraps up the main deck. Again, as you guys have seen, all of those draws, consistent. Very rarely do we brick. But then we go into the extra deck. We have, of course, the 2 of on our 4 Strixes. We have a 3rd one in the extra deck just in case our opponent decides to pull some shenanigans. We got the 1 Time Thief Redoer for A, stealing cards off the top of the deck, or B, if you can set Shade Brigandine and special summon it out, you can see something in Time Thief Redoer, you detach that material, and because it does not target, you can remove that. You can remove the Shade Brigandine from it, and you can bounce one of your opponent's monsters back to the top of the deck. 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, because people like to special summon monsters, and on their special summons, they activate effects. Or they tried Link Summon. Can't Link Summon with a face-down monster until Battles of Chaos, of course, when you have the new Ghost Trick Link monster. Then, of course, we have the 1 Ultimate Falcon, just in case we need to turbo out into our towers. And if you can't get Ultimate Falcon out, one of the turbo outs with your rank up cards, especially, I recommend doing it when you're going second, because you can bring out Triple D Duo Don King Kaliuga. On his Xyz summon, you can shut down all of your opponent's monster effects permanently that are on the field. Of course, you have the 1 Satellite Cannon Falcon. I can turbo into this, especially if my opponent is running a trap-heavy deck. When on his special summon, it cannot be negated, but on his Xyz summon, I mean, he can wipe your opponent's entire spell and trap field. Wipe it all, and that effect cannot be negated. Very nice card. Then, of course, Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon. Really nice again. If we're going turn 1, we can set up 3 negates under him. And usually you'll have out our 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity before he comes out. Of course, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. If you know that your opponent has no hand traps, you can go ahead and you can pull off. You can cut down their access code Talker. Destroy it and do some hefty damage. Our Snow Falcon again. You can bring him out using your rank up Magic Force. When he while he's out on the field, he can go ahead and he can special summon a Raidraptor monster from the deck to the field. Their effects are not negated, so you could bring out a Tribute Lanius and still send your Mimicry to the graveyard if you don't already have that out. Then, of course, if he manages to even get negated on that effect and destroyed, as long as he has a Raidraptor Xyz material, he can go ahead and special summon out Ultimate Falcon and then equip himself to it. Then, of course, we have the 1 Rusty Bardiche. Everybody knows what he does. He's a nice little body. When you special summon dark monsters to zones he points to, you can go ahead and pop cards on the field. Arc Rebellion, obviously, you guys just saw him in action a couple of hands ago. He cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you can remove material from him and shut down all monster effects on the field and gain the original attack of everybody on the field. Raider's Knight, he counts as the Phantom Knights and a Raidraptor card. He, as I showed you guys in another combo that we had a few test hands ago, he can go ahead and he can rank himself up by 1. Usually when you use him to go into the Arc Rebellion. There's no sense of going into Dark Requiem, because in order for Dark Requiem, in order to use his effects, you must have a Dark, you must have a Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon as material. Then, of course, we have one Y-Strix. Obviously, Y-Strix comes out. It can either bait their Nibiru, or you can go ahead and still use his effect to special summon Zephyros the Elite if you've got everything set up. And then you can then you can Exceed Summon, send him to the graveyard, bring him back, or keep him as a follow-up. But you guys, that wraps up the Raidraptor deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Again, congratulations, JH. We're going to go ahead and we're going to set up your envelope with the giveaway cards. I think you're really going to like what you're going to get. But you guys, I hope you have a wonderful New Year's. Be safe, be healthy, and we'll see you all in the next video.